Hey everyone, Jess here. Wanted to do another video in my series of the knives of my personal custom collection. These are the knives not that I've made, but ones that I've bought from other custom makers. And tonight's knife is coming to us from Karl Zimmerman. I bought it recently at the Badger Knife Show. Actually, we traded for it. I had to kick in some money, but I was perfectly happy to do that. I fell in love with this little knife as soon as I saw it when he was setting up on Friday. So Karl is I believe he's a part-time knife maker. He's been doing it for quite a few years though, and his forge is Arbor Forge, and he is up in Arborvita, Wisconsin, and he's always had a very unique style. Uses a lot of mammoth and stag, and it does a lot of forging with older steels. I know he was making knives out of some big balls from a rock crusher, and he's just he likes finding old stuff and reusing it. So that was something that I kind of liked about his knives, and yeah, I ended up taking home what I thought was the coolest little knife on his table. The last couple of years, he came up with a new style, and I don't know that there's anybody doing this. It when you see one of his knives, you know damn well it's a Karl Zimmerman or Arbor Forge. It's got such a face to it that there's nobody else that I know of doing this kind of work. So let me show you here, and I'll explain everything on it just like he explained it to me. Okay, so here it is, and it is a little neck knife, and this is 100% his work. The neck knife has aged copper clasp. He did this himself, bent the clasp and wrapped it. The cord is actually braided deer hide that he cut into strips and braided himself. Again, the little connection here on the sheath, that is hammered copper. The sheath is John Koya. I believe it's Koya. We lost John a couple of years ago, but it is definitely his style of sheath. And Karl did say that that's where he learned how to make this sheath, was by watching a video that John had made before he passed. And Karl told me that the sheaths actually have more work in them than the knife. So when I saw this little knife, number one, what popped to me was this beautiful little tip of bluish gray mammoth ivory. It's just a beautiful colors. I don't know if they show up on the video all that well. It's just the bare end, but it is polished. So when you flip the sheath over, you can see what helps keep the blade in there is he's got a little magnet, a little rare earth magnet in there. But so here is the blade, and like I said, Karl's the only guy I know that's doing this style, and this is one of his smaller ones. He makes larger ones. On the top, on the spine, is marked KZ and Arbor Forge right there, and that's always been his mark, the KZ. It's a really light blade. Now it looks like it's flint knapped, but this is all steel. And he does all of this by hand, all of that flint knapping look. And like I said, there's nothing quite like this. I don't know of anybody else that's making something like this. And like I said, this is one of his really small ones. The larger ones are just as cool. And I know he had some of them. I think he sold out of them last year. Last year was the first year that he brought this style to the Badger show, And I think the Badger Show is the only knife show that he does. He doesn't get out and go around the country or anything like that. So he's kind of a hidden treasure here in Wisconsin. But it's aged so well. It's got a brownish patina to it. The little bolster here, or I'm not sure what you call that, but it's wrapped leather again, and just that beautiful little piece of mammoth ivory. And Karl's always been really good at finding pieces of mammoth or walrus or something like that, and finding a good use for it. He always seems to fit it into the knife properly. The knife slips right back into the sheath, and you can feel that magnet pulling it, and it isn't going anywhere at all. It's rock solid in there. It's nice and snug. I have no doubt that, and that's the other thing too, is that sheath is rock hard. It's not a soft leather sheath. But I thought it was an absolutely gorgeous package. And when he came over to my table and stated he wanted to buy one of my knives, I jumped and said, "Well, how about we trade?" And I was happy to get this little guy. So check out Karl Zimmerman and the Arbor Forge. He's got a lot of cool stuff. I'm not sure on his actual website, but shouldn't be too hard to find. It is KarlZimmerman. So check him out, and this is the newest knife in my custom collection.